Yes, hello. Good morning, good evening. Thank you, and welcome to another episode of Phineas Former. How excited we are to be here. At least I know that I am. And I have to tell you, it is time for my morning thoughts. Oh goodness gracious, things are going according to plan. Even more so than I thought so. And it is morning for me now. I woke up recently. Haven't had my coffee yet, and so we're gonna give me a sec here. Uh, It's going to take a while to get my engines up to speed, even when I'm doing something I love, such as this. And right now, I am listening to Buckethead in my ear right now, because that gentle, soothing, super angry guitar is doing something to my synapses right now. Oh, we're getting going, boy. And then after I made my video a few videos ago, I told a Buckethead story, and now it's all I can think about. I can't even film right now. I'm only ever my head is Buckethead, and it's one of the times that you're going to be really grateful for having ADHD, and then just the type of brain that I do is because I'm all in, and I haven't been all in on this one for a while, and it's like a return to form. Like, yes, it's time, it's the Buckethead time again, and how better could I start my morning except for filming a morning video? We'll get to it, and listening to Buckethead on this fine morning. I had eggs. I had eggs. I made a scramble because I had some baked potatoes in the fridge that had to get used. Today was the day for it, and so I chopped up the old. It used to be a baked potato, and now it's a fried potato that has eggs and some sausage with it, and it was adequate because the only hot sauce that I have is Tabasco. uh, and usually I like having more variety of sauces, but I recently moved, so I just don't happen to have as much variety in my hot sauces as typical. So here's what's going on with this video and this series of videos, because you'll notice that this video was titled Morning, whatever the rest of the title was, but it started with the word morning. That's something that you're going to be seeing moving forward really consistently is different strands of videos filmed across days or possibly within a single filming session, and they would be labeled quite politely so that you would always know, oh, this is a morning video. This bitch barely woke up and he started filming, which is irresponsible, and we're getting his morning thoughts. So either you could watch one of those and it would be this style of video. This is what you're getting. Like, if you are watching this and you're not all the way in on one of the morning videos, I'm so sorry, but this video has nothing for you. This video is what this video has been so far, and that is all this video is ever going to be, and we love this video for it. I'll tell you more about that system another time. That's not what the time is for this, because the time is for this, where the thoughts are coming and they're not stopping, baby, up until I'm ready for them to stop. And then it'll be time to move on, because there's a lot of other things that I want to get done today. And I guess that's going in the morning video too, because I'm just structuring out my day and my thoughts, and it's time for my morning thoughts. And I'm so excited about my morning thoughts, and I'm super excited about filming my morning thoughts. And so that's going to be one of the subjects I'm going to have to discuss today. In the event that I do actually publish these videos on the other channel, Phineas Former Longer, the longer form, you would then be able to see what the fullness of the video in the filming session was and follow these thoughts from the very beginning, the morning thoughts, to the other thoughts, which also would be morning thoughts, as in filmed in the morning. But you would see the entirety of the journey, and other people are going to be getting the snippets of it. And what I just described is actually going to be a fullness of a different video. I just did the thing again. And I want to try to keep a little bit more on task, because whenever I am making videos, but it's okay for me to not be on task on videos like this. And should it be called morning or just like concentrated ADHD man just doing his thing? And I don't like accepting that label of myself, but I think also if I accept that label just way more frequently, to what extent is it trying to label yourself, and that's not something that's interesting or like useful to do? Or does it help you understand more about yourself? And these are some of the tendencies that I have. Whether you name them or not, the tendencies remain. And the tendency I'm having right now is the thoughts are coming and they're not stopping, baby. And what I've been trying to do lately is build out a list using my myriad of thoughts, because my head's really staticky all of the time. And I'm not trying to categorize the static right now at all. I'm not trying to think really hard about making a list for what I'm gonna need, because anytime I bring intellectualism to my staticky emotional mind, it all falls apart because nothing of what I do is logical at all, ever. And my life tends to be happier when I live that way because thinking through an emotional state doesn't really work all that well. And you can do your best to make approximations of meaning, but emotions don't make sense, or if they do, it's on a plane different than the one we're typically able to think about. So trying to make an intellectual plan based on emotionality, I think, is the wrong way to go. Instead, I am allowing myself to experience that fullness of emotionality, and what we're talking about in the instance now is a really staticky, scattered morning brain, but also it's just a little exaggerated if I allow myself to express it in its unexaggerated form. What am I even talking about right now? But that's a morning video, and we aren't ashamed of these thoughts anymore. That is so 8 days ago territory, and that's not who we are anymore. We have learned we are 8 days ahead, and that is everything that we are, and that is what we know, is that 8 days have passed, and we are no longer the person we were. We make morning videos, and we're not ashamed of them. So I'm allowing myself to be all of the way staticky and quite expressive as I do so, if I don't say so myself. I love this video, man. This is such a good video. But if all I can do is allow myself to be exactly myself and not bemoan it or try to change it, and just catalog it loosely, just to see in my static what comes about. What is the shape of my static? Because I'm going to be filming a video, and then that video is going to be chopping up. Like, I'm going to be pursuing something I've been pursuing for a very long time. But every time I try, I get closer and I learn more about what pieces am I going to need for when I move forward. And I think we're getting there. We're getting it, whatever this is and what this is going to become. It's on the, like, you know, let's find out together what the heck I'm trying to pull off. I can't wait. It's going to be such a delight right now. Are you kidding me? It's going to be so good. And I can't even wait. The shape of my static, for instance, right now, is just being excited about the morning, apparently. And some of that is I'm excited about filming my morning, because usually I blow my morning thoughts at work. If I wake up early, I go to work, or then if I wake up late, I'll go to work, and then I'm doing work stuff. And while I'm doing work stuff, my brain is in its morning place, basically. And it could also just be that dull tedium place when you're in the shower, you have some magnificent thoughts. And when you're doing droll activities at work, you can also have magnificent thoughts if you enter into a similar state of meditation that you could get from the shower. Not exactly meditation, the thoughts are similar to when you're driving and you're doing something monotonous, and you can tune out all of what you're doing and just let your brain do its thing. And that's a state that I enter into at work pretty frequently. And that's a wonderful place. You get a lot of ideas and thoughts doing that, but then those things rarely carry over into the remainder of day. You think I'm going to go home and use the thoughts I harvested at work, and then I'm going to carry those to home and I'm going to do something about them. But for me, more typically is it feels like I blow my creative load on those thoughts when I have those thoughts. And when I write down a story, the story's done. And if I tell the story's done. And I think I could write down bullet points to help make the stories flow better without blowing an emotional load. But by the time I'm still thinking through where the bullet points would go, I have to feel the batch of emotionality and tell the story within my heart anyway to understand where the story has to go to write down the bullet points. So kind of some of this video also is talking out stream of consciousness. It's a morning video, baby. And I'm trying to bullet point myself as I talk myself through my excitements of the day, and my various systems start getting online. The first big thing I notice of my static this morning is how excited I am to be listening to Buckethead and to be filming a morning video, and that itself is just a shameless intro to whatever the longer filming session is going to be that I also tend to release either all at once or after I've pieced all of the other videos together. It's still a work in progress is what I'm trying to say, but this video, it's on the way, baby. and I can't wait, and I'm so excited to share it, and I hope that you enjoy it also. But here's why I'm so excited to share it. Because I don't view YouTube as a public platform, this is just thoughts for me. I can't wait to look back on this video because this style of video and the video, like the videos where I operate in like stream of consciousness pattern and uh, and the ones where I unmask the most. Because I've been talking a lot about exploring elements of emotionality, and I have a video that's coming out pretty soon that I love, and I end up talking way more about myself than I had anticipated. Because again, a few videos ago, I talked about how upset I become at myself when I understand I have like a potentiality within me, but I don't act on that. And so this is acting on that because I've known for a very long time I could put on a headset in the mornings and film my morning thoughts and then have morning thoughts to look back on and smile. And I can do that. I have that power. I'm doing it now. No one should have given me this power, and it's magnificent. Are you kidding me? What a morning video this is. How long is this morning video? This morning video is about, like, what, 13 minutes long? Having a hard time reading that. It's morning. I could handle some of the details of what I do want to get out as we proceed, because some of what I want to accomplish, as I've mentioned in other videos, is I want to group my thoughts together more nicely. If I'm having a serious moment, that can be broken up in my, like on my end, with little throwaway bits because my head brings in a lot of bits all of the time. And what happens is when you accept the little bits, they take over, and that's how you end up with your ADHD trains of thoughts. And typically that's not a problem. You just like let the bits come in and do their thing, and that's fantastic for the bits. It's not like usually we're up to a ton of things when you can focus in on getting a droll monotony of like work is just going to be set sail. You don't have to think about it. Then you can let the bits come in and take over your trains of thought, and you can just fucking set sail. And I love setting sail on my myriad thoughts. It's so super duper good. But what I'm trying to do with this project, this exact project, right now, this video series, morning video, and then there's going to be other types of videos later, and some are going to be really intrapersonal videos where I talk about myself and some of where I come from and why I think the way that I do, and how it is that I've come to be the way that I am. So we all know what to get mad at when we're like, why is Phineas Former here? He's bothering all of us. Well, it's because of the videos that you're going to be seeing eventually, along with myriad other videos. Because I have a really hard time with emotionality. We know this. Or a hard time expressing myself, or I just have a hard time, baby. A really hard time. And if I can fend off momentarily those intrusive little bits that come in, and usually it's not a problem if I accept one and let my brain go with it, and just my head's doing its head thing, and that's never really a big deal. I'm mistracked. My arm, I'm way too chicken dancy than I should be. That was a bit. And that's fine for a morning video, because the thoughts are like doing their thing, baby. But the goal is to fend off bits for no more than 10 to 15, 20 minutes at a time, perhaps, to maintain a singular, primarily, train of thought, and then I can accept a bit, and then I can move on. Because it's exhausting trying to stay on topic for someone with a really scattered brain, structure / chemistry, whatever, right? It can be very hard to stay on task. I seek to stay on task for no more than 10 to 20 minutes at a time. I can do that. And then my head starts to be like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I'm so bored. And then I can abandon thought, move to next thought, live fully and excitedly in that next thought, Each of these thoughts, reasonably self-contained, are their own stories, but they all arc together in what is a single filming session or a single ADHD train of thought. That's what we're going to ultimately. I don't know where we're going to be heading next with this video series, but that's my morning thoughts for today, and that's the first morning thoughts video. Don't get excited for a morning thoughts video every morning. I don't think any of us could handle that. But always, when you see a morning video, expect some nonsense like this. I can't wait, especially now that I've come to allow myself to express more types of videos and display more pieces of myself. I can like make a morning video and not be at all ashamed about it or feel like I'm not expressing myself because I'm being really staticky, and I just think this is a lot of fun to make, and hopefully it's fun to watch. But if I'm watching this later and I'm just sad and upset that I made this, it's just funny. Like, I don't think I have to apologize to future me, but I'm absolutely going to. Future me, if you're watching this and you're face palming the entire time you're watching this, I'm so sorry, but you did this. It's something that you did, and I didn't have anything to do with it. That's all you. So you got to think about your life choices. I don't. I'm just the guy filming a morning video. So this video's done. My challenge moving forward will be trying to structure some of the thoughts that did come to me while I was making this video. How I mentioned that I was warding off little bits coming in as I focus on making the video at hand. I was avoiding some bits. And a bit isn't always a stupid thing to come up. A bit can be something like why there's a red cube over there and cubes on the ground. A bit can be other things that we're not going to mention yet because I was about to spoil all of the bits. But we're saving the bits so that we can focus on each one of them a little bit at a time as we move forward through our life. Wish me luck. I'll see you guys around.